We've got a chance for severe storms into later this evening. All that and more coming up on OU Nightly.
Plus, what university leadership and students are saying after an active shooter hoax. And we're breaking down how these swatting calls affect you and officers. This is OU Nightly.
To happen, that we will respond and can respond in a rapid manner, and that they need to be vigilant. If you see something, say something.
Flashing lights and emergency alerts on a Friday night on campus.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Amaya Ward.
And I'm Catherine Liberto. We begin tonight with coverage after an alarming night on campus over the weekend. At 9:24 Friday night, all University of Oklahoma students, staff, and faculty received a text from the campus alert system. Here it is. There is an active shooter at the Van Vliet Oval. Take immediate action right now. Run, hide, fight. It would be almost 90 minutes before OU police notified that the campus call was indeed a fake and the university a victim of a swatting that officers say originated from outside the United States. OU Nightly's Pepper Papura begins our team coverage tonight. She reports from the Bizzell Memorial Library where it all started.
Catherine, Amaya, the call that brought hundreds of officers out to the South Oval on Friday night claimed right here outside the Bizzell Memorial Library, shots were fired. Officers lined this walkway all the way down, back behind and in front of me with armored vehicles and police units, all in search for the cause.
Run, hide, fight. Just before 9:30 on Friday night, an emergency message from campus police asked students at the University of Oklahoma to take action in response to calls claiming an active shooter was on campus.
I couldn't believe that we were actually going to be the next ones to deal with that.
Within the hour, hundreds of police units flooded campus to investigate.
And everybody that was a gun-carrying police officer in the state of Oklahoma was moving towards that area because that's how serious it is.
But in the end, they couldn't find any evidence of a shooter. A statement from the university says the calls were fakes and are believed to have, quote, originated from outside the United States.
Copycat calls like this are felonies in the state of Oklahoma, and they're being prosecuted in an aggressive manner because it does take resources.
A spokesperson from the Federal Bureau of Investigation Office in Oklahoma City gave OU Nightly a statement that says the FBI is aware of the recent uptick in hoax active shooter threats directed towards schools. Even though this event turned out to be swatting, Trooper Foster says they won't change their response in the future.
The amount of resources that are poured in there, and it doesn't matter what it costs us. We're doing it because we want to keep people safe.
One of the reasons such a heavy police force showed up here on Friday night is because officers like Eric Foster, who were off duty, showed up when they got the alert and decided they wanted to help. Reporting outside of the Bizzell Memorial Library, I'm Pepper Papura, OU Nightly.
In a statement to the university community, President Harris said that it took less than 1 minute for the emergency alert system to be activated after the initial 911 call.
In an email to the university community, OU President Joseph Harris says the FBI believes the fake calls were originated from outside the United States. It's called swatting. OU Nightly's Katani Gooch is live in the newsroom. She joins us to break down just exactly what swatting is. Katani.
The term swatting is infamously practiced on video game streaming services like Twitch. It means to invoke a large police presence at a location where they aren't really needed. This is what happened Friday night, causing a campus lockdown.
When we have that response and we can't find who calls, we have nobody to talk to. Those are things that are very concerning to us and indicate that it wasn't authentic in the first place.
Although this turned out to be a false call, students across the campus felt real fear.
For a good hour and a half, there was the real thought of mortality and what that meant. Like, there's a real threat to your livelihood and the fact that this could be potentially your last moments on Earth.
Not only is this very expensive for police forces, it's also emotionally taxing for all involved.
Like, it's a play on a lot of people's emotions, and obviously a lot of people have still trauma-induced feelings from all this.
All that being said, one student was able to find a bright spot in all this darkness.
It wasn't an Oklahoman who did it. It wasn't somebody who cares about this community. It was somebody outside. And I take comfort in that, at least.
More than 100 law enforcement officers responded to the call Friday night. While some may say it was a waste of resources, the OU Police Department said it was thankful to have the response from multiple agencies. Live in the newsroom, Katani Gooch, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Katani. Across campus around Norman, hearts raced Friday night. When the emergency text came out, students took cover wherever they could, many barricading themselves. OU Nightly's Parker Abels talked to one student who hid out in Carpenter Hall.
It was just a normal Friday night in Carpenter Hall for Manny Tijerina. But once he got that text, everything changed, and he realized he had to take cover.
Started out by hiding in a bathroom, but then we realized that it can show if it's locked, the occupied thing. So we went upstairs. I called my mom, and I barricaded the door as well as I could.
But when Manny was just sitting there hoping no one would walk in that door, there was just one emotion that came to mind.
It was a lot of anger. I was just angry because I was just I don't understand why I have to make this a part of my life, make being scared, being paranoid of these kind of events happening part of my life.
When thinking back to the words OU used, run, hide, and fight, he wasn't fully prepared for one of those options.
We did run and hide, yes. Fight was not on my radar, I will say. I probably chemically was prepared to fight, but I couldn't stomach the thought of it.
And when he had to take action that night, Manny walks us through what he did to stay safe.
We just ran up those stairs and then went in here, and that door shut automatically, only empty musical theater women could get into this room. So we felt very safe. We just sat right here and closed the blinds as much as we could. It was about probably 30 minutes into this situation where we started taking these chairs and started barricading the door with them.
If you are experiencing any trauma or post-traumatic stress following the events of Friday night, you can visit any one of OU's counselors in Goddard Health Center. Reporting from outside Carpenter Hall, Parker Abels, OU Nightly.
If you still have questions about what to do in an active shooter situation, OU has more advice on how exactly to run, hide, and fight on their website.
The alert went out to all student cell phones, whether they were actually on campus or not. Of course, on a Friday night, hundreds of students were on campus quarter, literally steps away from the reported scene. OU Nightly's Victoria Anderson is live near campus corner with how businesses there reacted.
The university's campus corner home to many Friday night plans, but an active shooter alert sent bars, vendors, and restaurants to all take different approaches.
Right on Buchanan and Boyd Street, officers filled the area quickly. For those on campus corner, it was about finding shelter.
I think that sideline did everything that they could to keep us safe. They locked the doors, they showed us to the bathroom, they told us what to do.
The local bar Sideline had an active shooter plan along with Mavericks and Heist, a scary situation for anyone involved.
I shouldn't have to think of my life any differently, but unfortunately I do going forward, and that needs to change.
And for some students inside the fast food restaurant Chipotle, they felt like they were left without any help.
their protocol, they have to stay open. They're not allowed to lock their doors. So they had to continue business while this was all going down.
Jordan Clemens says she spoke with other students who had different experiences, while Chipotle continued without any caution.
Yeah, it was really scary knowing that the doors were unlocked and the lights were on and people could see people inside of the Chipotle.
We have reached out for comment from Chipotle on their policies, but have yet to get a response. On Campus Corner, Victoria Anderson, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Victoria. Late this afternoon, dozens of OU professors gathered for a regularly scheduled Faculty Senate meeting. OU Nightly cameras were there to see if Friday night's incident would be addressed. Dana Searles joins us live with what happened.
I'm outside of the Forum building where the Faculty Senate is wrapping up their meeting. Now, this meeting began at 3:30, and there has been no mention of the swatting incident that happened on Friday. We didn't get a chance to see the agenda, but as it is wrapping up, we are seeing members walking out of the building, and there has still been no mention of it. Now, when we arrived, we didn't get a chance to speak with anybody on the incident, but a member of the Senate did say that he didn't think anything interesting would be happening at this meeting. We'll keep you updated if we do get a statement from anybody or if there is any mention. Reporting live, Dana Searles, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Dana. Campus counseling services are available for anyone still feeling anxious after Friday night's scare. The University Counseling Center is open to all students. Appointments are available through Goddard Health Center. Prices are low cost, no more than $20. And you can get individual, group, or couple sessions.
OU Gaylord professor Mike Boettcher turned into a first responder Friday night, coming to campus after hearing that journalism students were barricaded here in Gaylord College. He shared his thoughts with a live reporter from ABC affiliate KOCO.
I spent decades in war zones. Yeah. I'm tired of getting shot at. I could see the look in their eyes. They were shaking.
This video was taken by Professor Boettcher as he walked with officers through Gaylord College. 3 students barricaded themselves on the 3rd floor using TVs, furniture, and anything else in the room to stop any intruders. They remained on lockdown until hearing from OU police that it was safe to come out.
Police identified the 4 victims killed in a Kentucky shooting, and Massachusetts responds to Texas abortion rulings. Becca Yanez has that and more in tonight's News Center.
Out of Kentucky, a gunman killed 4 people and injured 8 others at a bank while live streaming the attack. Police say the 23-year-old suspect, now dead, was a former bank employee. This is the 15th mass killing in the U.S. this year. And in Massachusetts, the governor announces a new push to protect access to abortion pills. Governor Maura Healey says the state will stockpile 1,500 abortion pills through an executive order. This is a direct response to the federal ruling that allowed Texas to ban the FDA-approved medication. And Russia and Ukraine swapped prisoners of war today. Ukraine's presidential office head, Andriy Yermak, confirmed the swap, saying 100 Ukrainians were returned home. The youngest prisoner, 19 years old. Russia's defense ministry said the prisoners were returned to Moscow. Amaya, Catherine.
Thank you, Becca. And while temperatures were nice today, we've still got a chance for some severe storms rolling in this evening.
That's right, Amaya. Meteorologist Carlin McCreary joins us to give us a first look at what we can expect with tonight's storms. Carlin.
That's right. Thanks, ladies. We already do have some severe thunderstorm warnings that have popped up in parts of Oklahoma already. But as far as the rain and the storm chances go, 60% chance for us here in Oklahoma City to see rain precipitation as the rest of the evening goes on. And as you extend outwards, the Tulsa Metro, 50%. So a lot of people are going to be seeing precipitation into tonight. And that's what's putting most of central Oklahoma in a slight risk. So this is 2 out of 5 on the Storm Prediction Center scale. So definitely something to keep in mind. But current temperatures, we are warm across the state. But coming up in Maine weather, we do have that storm chance tonight. And we're going to talk about why you've been sneezing so much. We also have some warm temperatures ahead. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Carlin. Faculty members at one university are striking over a contract dispute.
We'll tell you what they are demanding after nearly a year of negotiations when we come back. And the sunshine won't stick around as severe weather is on the way.
As storms fire up across the state, our OU Nightly meteorologists are tracking the latest.
Tornadoes tear through Oklahoma.
We have a tornado warning for Cleveland County.
The OU Nightly weather team was there before.
45 minutes away or less from these storms getting into campus.
During.
Plenty of people who, are living off campus. This storm is headed to you.
And after.
Again, sending news crews out to assess damage.
Always keeping the University of Oklahoma in focus.
Campus in the clear right now.
OU Nightly Weather, your campus weather authority.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater.
Here in Norman, police are asking for help identifying a person after they go on an illegal shopping spree. OU Nightly's Morgan Martin has this and more in today's Money Matters.
Norman PD says a woman was using a stolen credit card at multiple locations. Take a look. They need your help identifying this person. They saw this woman at TJ Maxx and other locations March 25th through the 27th. Anyone who may have more information is asked to call Norman Crime Stoppers. And in New Jersey, faculty and staff at Rutgers University are striking over contract negotiations. The three unions at the school demanding higher pay, better job security for adjuncts, and guaranteed funding for graduate students. This is the first time on their campus that any group has gone on strike. And startup electrical vehicle manufacturer Canoo just completed its $34 million purchase of the former Terex plant here in Oklahoma City. Amaya, Catherine.
Thanks, Morgan. And it wouldn't be springtime in Oklahoma without a chance of severe weather.
Absolutely. Carlin, when could we see these storms affect campus?
We are going to start to see these storms start to move in parts of Oklahoma City and Norman right around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on next in weather.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Evening tornadoes tear through Oklahoma.
We have a tornado warning for Cleveland County.
The OU Nightly weather team was there before.
45 minutes away or less from these storms getting into campus.
During.
Plenty of people who, are living off campus. This storm is headed to you.
And after.
Again, sending news crews out to assess damage.
Always keeping the University of Oklahoma in focus.
Campus in the clear right now.
OU Nightly weather. Your campus weather authority.
As I said before, we already are having some storms start to fire up in parts of Oklahoma. So we already do have some severe thunderstorm warnings out, and we do have a new severe thunderstorm watch out for central parts of Oklahoma. Already some severe thunderstorm warnings though with these storms. Elk City just saw this severe thunderstorm move through. We do have Weatherford as well getting a severe thunderstorm warning up into Watonga as well. So a lot of people are already starting to see these heavy thunderstorms. Blackwell just got a severe thunderstorm warning as well. And then up here we also have another one. So definitely something to keep an eye on as our evening goes on. But as for us here in Norman, we have some blue skies, just a few clouds here and there. So we've had a beautiful day today outside, and a lot of people have already been walking around as I've seen today. I've gotten outside, but right now temperatures in the mid 70s, and we have had that sunshine. So it's definitely warm. It's feeling beautiful outside. But for us here, not a lot going on right now, but as you can see, those clouds are starting to build up with those storms, and those clouds are going to eventually move into central parts of Oklahoma as well. As for current temperatures right now, we are in the mid 70s, and extending outward, we are warming up a lot as well. And then across the state, we're in the upper 70s as well, Panhandle in the 80s. So definitely warm outside across the state. And we also have some wind gusts as well. We have some wind gusts in the teens. So definitely you can feel that outside especially, but at least we do have a breeze with all that heat. But with the wind, we are going to have some pollen blowing around. So our tree allergy index is at a high, grass is at a medium. So that's definitely why you've been sniffling a little bit, maybe even sneezing, going to get some more tissues the past few days. But as for the big picture, we do have a dry line set up in the central part of Oklahoma, and those storms are starting to form along that dry line. So that's definitely something that we are watching into this evening. We do have a slight risk here in central parts of Oklahoma. That's a 2 out of 5 on the Storm Prediction Center scale. The main threat is going to be hail. We're in a 15% chance or 15% risk of hail here in Oklahoma. Damaging wind is a 5, then a lower tornado threat, so very low. But timing this out for you here in the Oklahoma City Metro, 7:30, then we're going to have those storms move in around 9 p.m. and then they will eventually move out into the early hours of Tuesday. But into tonight, we are going to stay on the warmer side. We do have those showers moving through at 8 p.m. Highs tomorrow, we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s, so another beautiful warm day tomorrow. But look at the rest of this week. We are going to have warmer temperatures, a lot of sunshine sticking around, so it's going to be a beautiful rest of the week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Carlin. The Thunder have locked in a playing spot as the season comes to a close.
And the Sooner softball hosted Texas Tech for their third conference matchup. Sports is next.
Oh, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Here's Level Holtz, and it's time for sports. Postseason basketball is back in Oklahoma City as the Thunder take the final play-in spot. The Thunder took on the Grizzlies on Sunday night for the final game of the regular season, and Trey Mann was balling. Mann recorded his first triple-double with 24 points, 12 boards, and 12 assists, and this monster dunk. Get up, big fella! Thunder win 115-110, and guard Josh Giddey spoke on the growth of the franchise since last year.
You know, everyone wants to play in the playoffs every year. Everyone wants to win it, be a championship team. But I think that for me personally, just from where we were at this point last season to where we are now, it just makes me happy to see how much everyone's improved, what we've done as a team, and how we've continued to track in the right direction. So it's obviously very exciting. As a kid, you grow up watching the playoffs and the play-in. So to be involved in this now, I'm really looking forward to it.
Oklahoma softball hosted the Texas Tech Red Raiders over the weekend, and unsurprisingly, the Sooners rolled. Oklahoma outscored Texas Tech 16-0. OU's pitching staff allowed only 9 hits across the weekend, backed by stellar defense. Oklahoma now hits the road to Baton Rouge to take on LSU for a midweek matchup on Tuesday night. And 2024 four-star quarterback Michael Hawkins Jr. has committed to Oklahoma. The OU legacy is the 20th ranked quarterback in the 2024 class. We'll be right back after the break.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
There's also a chance for hail.
Let's check in one last time with meteorologist Carlin McCreary for when students should move their cars inside. Carlin.
All right, ladies, definitely keep an eye on the weather tonight if you do want to move your cars. There is a hail chance, but as for the central parts and southwestern parts of Oklahoma, we are now under a severe thunderstorm watch, even some severe thunderstorm warnings popping up in central parts of Oklahoma. And once again, we are under a slight risk for severe thunderstorms tonight and into the later parts of this evening. But as for the rest of the week, it's going to be beautiful, 80 degrees and sunny. Ladies.
Thank you, Carlin, and thank you all for watching OU Nightly. I'm Amaya Ward.
And I'm Kathleen Liberta. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Prepared as your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane. You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,